Hello again, folks. This is Barry with Barry's 8-Track and Classic Car Radio Repair, and we're ready to demonstrate another completed customer's unit. This one is a little bit unique in that it's basically just a standalone Channel Master 8-track player, but it came out of an arcade game, and back in the 60s and 70s, before we had sampling and MP3 files and all that cool stuff, they would actually sometimes use a tape with recorded sound effects on it, and in some cases voices and things like that. And then so the only difference between this regular 8-track player and the version that's used in the arcade game is that they have a little connector coming out the top of it, and this connector basically is a switch that interrupts the track change mechanism, and thus the machine or the arcade game can start and stop the unit as needed for different functions, and then it'll also not allow tracks to change until the machine issues a command to change tracks, and it would close the switch that's connected to this connector. So that's not of any real consequence for this test, is because it's also just a regular 8-track player. In some of these arcade games, the 8-track player can be just a bare metal box with a connector or a bunch of wires coming out of it. Other times it's just a regular old consumer grade 8-track player that they've made a small modification to. So what we're going to do now is just going to run this player through a quick test and make sure everything works before we send it back to the customer. And since we don't have the machine or the arcade game to close the switch, we're just going to jump across it. Just going to put a little jumper on it so that the machine is allowed to switch tracks at my command. So there's that, and now we're just going to pop a quick tape in there. This will be a short and sweet test, so here we go. Okay, now we're going to work our balance control to the left, right, left, right, back to center. Try the tone control real quick. Okay, and that works as it should. And now we're just going to switch tracks a few times to make sure it does that. Okay, we're in a blank spot there. There we go. It took a while to start the music up again. It was just about to switch tracks. Okay, back to track one, and so everything's working properly. And as I mentioned, this is just a short and sweet test because it's just an 8-track player with no fancy features. So we can go ahead and close, and I can get on to the next job. This is Barry with Barry's 8-track and Classic Car Radio Repair. If you have an 8-track player, either for home, car, or arcade machine use, that's in need of repair, you can contact me directly at 928-533-9666. I also do FM conversions and power upgrades to classic car AM radios, and you can reach me for that reason also. My website is in the description below. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time.